Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Mushroom Wonderland, and I'm here with the great Daniel Winkler again.
Well, the great. We're hoping for some king boletes.
Yeah.
Some porcini.
Any kind of mushrooms will do.
Any will do, makes us happy.
So we're gonna go out, discover what mushrooms are out here, and see which ones we might be able to get in the cooking pan on this episode of Mushroom Wonderland. Let's go.
Welcome to Mushroom Wonderland.
Wow, Daniel found the first mushroom of the day.
What could that be? Is that Hemilexinum? We just talked about this rare bolete that's up here, and yes,
No way.
that should be Hemilexinum.
Wow. So what does hemi mean? What
Hemi
is
is Greek for half.
that? Half
Like hemisphere, half of the globe,
Okay.
half of a sphere.
Yeah.
So, it's not a full lexinum. At some point it was classified as a lexinum. It went back and forth with stuff. But now it's a hemilexinum, and it doesn't have much of...
It doesn't have the scabers.
No, not much. There's a little weirdness here on the stem, but not really scabers. I find it rarely, and I always, find where I go to look for king boletes. It likes it early in the season, so it's not a thing, I think, in October, but it likes it wet and warm. And I've eaten it to have it on the record as eaten, but
Nothing special.
No, it doesn't offer much. They're smallish, they're rare, and I wonder if such a thing, if that would make it on some list of endangered or rare.
Oh, yeah,
like in Europe, every country has lists for mushrooms you should.
Yeah, there's IUCN Red List.
And the US is trying to catch up with that. Criteria are pretty tough for mushrooms. It's all based originally on plants and animals. While with mushrooms, so much happens underground, and yes, there's the fruiting body, but
That's the only evidence.
Only evidence. All European countries do have their own red lists for mushrooms and says do not pick.
Yeah.
And most people respect that.
Cool little bolete type mushroom. And it's pretty boring, pretty plain looking, but if these can be baffling if you come across one and you're like, what the heck is this? There's your answer. Hemilexinum. Cool. It's kind of rainy. It's nice. I haven't felt rain in a long time.
So, not too surprised that there's a Russula out here.
Oh yeah. These burgundy color. Look at that blushing stipe.
Yeah,
That's a nice looking one.
So, if it has a mild taste.
The shrimp Russula, people call that commonly.
Yeah.
Russula olympiana is our
New name.
local variety. It's got
Mild.
It's mild, yeah. Okay.
We could
So
fry that up.
We could call that.
I mean,
Olympian.
safety protocol tells us do not eat a mushroom you can't identify. However, we can identify it's a Russula. Smooth cap, pretty rounded, tight white gills. Spore color goes from white to yellow.
So you can't just take any mushroom and take a bite and say it's mild, it's fine.
No, only Russula.
Pretty
That doesn't
important.
apply to every Russula either. So we have a couple groups in Russula. The one it's called Fragrantissima,
yeah.
or Laureo something.
Cerulins.
So this is a group that is rumored to be, not just almond, what's that awful chemical cherry called?
Cyanide.
Yeah, they're cyanide. They have a very interesting, strong odor, and they're supposed to be toxic. We do know of supposedly one deadly Russula in Japan, negligence. So we have negligence out here, and people have eaten it.
That's a blackening Russula.
That's a blackening Russula. I've eaten it several times.
Really?
After David Aurora said he ate it too. We are very grateful that we have him and his experimental courage. It's like chalk-like. When I break this, there's even a sound.
Oh, look at
and
that.
you see, I mean, no worms in there, very nice, just
young.
very firm.
Yeah.
But this is not Olympianus here because we don't have the fishy odor. So it is close to it, but it's not it. No fishy odor, which I don't get there. Do you get any here, Aaron?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
So, cool. I think Russulas in general are underrated because they have good structure, just like Lactarius, they're closely related. They have crunch when you get them young enough.
Yeah.
And it's different, it's like you can't call them mushy when you get them in the right state and you fry them up nicely.
Starting to see more mushrooms, I think.
Yeah, well, Amanita, never wrong finding Amanitas. And that
or
looks-
Amanita, depending on
how you roll. So the Amanita muscaria can be indicator for boletes edulis.
You think this is muscaria? Ah,
I think it's a
Broke
muscaria,
it.
a white version of it.
yeah, it's rare for me to see a white or a pale Amanita muscaria. So this is the Mario mushroom, the red one with the white spots. You ask any kid in the world, draw you a mushroom, that's probably what they're gonna draw, but not the white version. So it's kind of different.
the fairy tale mushroom. Yeah, and it can be rendered edible with a little bit of kitchen alchemy by parboiling it at least 10 minutes, getting rid of the water.
Yeah.
And the taste is okay. It's
Yeah.
fungal, it's okay. I did it for the fun of it because I grew up being told it's a toxic mushroom. And then I found out that Amanita muscaria has the power to dislodge your mind out of your body. And always being curious, I had to try that.
Yeah.
After more conventional psychedelics turned out to be chopped spaghetti. That was very interesting. Your mind doesn't leave your body really on voluntary terms. I mean, I guess you can train it,
Yeah.
but usually you need a pretty intense experience that the mind says, I'm out of here.
So what happens if we just eat this right now, raw?
When we eat this right now raw, nothing much will happen.
Okay.
Because it needs to dry. It has ibotenic acid in there, and that turns into, I think, mucimol, or the other way around.
But it does have a level of toxicity. I mean, you could get some GI distress, maybe
Yeah,
vomit.
it
but
doesn't, but it might not, it's probably not enough to
really make you
to
sick.
give
One
you an
mushroom.
out-of-body experience. So for that, you need 3 caps, and you should dry them first. And of course, you should work on your will and stuff like that. I don't think we have many accounts of people actually dying from the toxins within the fly agaric. After my experience of, getting really sick and emptying my whole system and having an out-of-body experience, I wouldn't lightly eat that mushroom without the detox first.
Interesting, though.
Yeah.
And also the story of Santa Claus came from this mushroom, but that's a whole nother video. That we'll just
That would be when we have a red and white one.
yeah. We're gonna leave that one there, though.
Yeah, good spot. Okay.
Oh, there's an interesting mushroom, kind of growing solo here.
Yeah, and see how irregular the cap is. So first I thought it's a Russula, but that cap is too irregular. Let's see what that is. Up. Ooh, and see the white powder on there? This is one of the very few Cordinarius that doesn't have a cortina, which is these fine spider-like threads between the cap edge and the stem, but it has a proper fleshy ring. And then on top it has a universal veil, meaning the whole thing when young is wrapped in one thin layer, that's the white stuff here, that encapsulates the whole young mushrooms. And these guys are edible.
This one's pretty unique, though, pretty distinct.
This is very distinct because the irregular cap, not smooth, and then the ring, and then rust brown spores is typical for all Cordinarius. Now this is really small. These guys usually, that's a more normal size for
They
this
get
guy.
big, yeah.
So not enough moisture yet out.
You've eaten these?
I've eaten this many times.
Yeah. The gypsy mushroom or the wrinkled court. Or,
A wrinkled cord for the cap, which the caparatus is the wrinkled, is translated as wrinkled.
Okay.
So the uneven surface here.
That makes sense.
They have an alright fungal taste, and there's interesting research that shows it has active metabolites against herpes. I had some dried ones at home, and I have that on my webpage, and then a person writes me, hey, do you have any of these for sale? I said, well, no, not really. And then I remembered, I have a bag in the freezer. I think I mailed it to England for that. And then I asked, so a year later, did it help with your herpes B? No. So
They just rubbed it on their skin.
I don't know what they did. It would be so nice if it had worked. So the research says it has the capacity, but it hasn't been turned into a drug, or just making a cream out of it and applying it hasn't worked either, at least for that one person.
Cordinarius
Or
caparatus.
Rosides. The old name is Rosides, and that's for Swiss mycology.
Rosides,
Mycologist.
yeah.
Rosides, yeah, for Mr. Rosides, I guess.
He's a polypore sucker.
There's a little bit of a fruity, lemony taste to it,
Yeah.
quite mild. It's just another thing you can do with mushrooms. So here we do have a conch sucker in action.
Oh my gosh, it is
I
very
was
lemony.
thinking I'm never gonna put that on a camera because it's not the same fun when you have to worry that everybody else already sucked your mushroom.
Oh, that's a good point. I hope
Yes.
nobody else sucked on this
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
but I
I
doubt
know.
it. I highly doubt
And
it.
it would be only a big dog that would pee at that, right?
Damn, dude, you're just ruining my whole time. No, but it is very lemony.
It's not just water, it's not dew or so, it's the mushrooms protecting themselves because they produce it when they're young. This is the red-belted conch, Formitopsis munsei, and this one is already mature and it has a lacquer layer, it's well protected, bacteria, viruses and so on. Now the young version here is still growing, so these cells don't have protective cell walls yet. So they put all that liquid out there to fight off whatever arrives on the fungus.
Maybe it's not the wisest idea to go licking every mushroom, sucking the juice off of every mushroom.
Really, I have never thought of that.
I don't know. I mean, they say you can nibble and spit any mushroom, but as far as sucking the guttation off of everything, I don't know if it's...
Well, the idea is you gotta come from the perspective, it's medicinal, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have
you
that
believe
idea, it's like, why would you do that? It might as well fight off humans, right? And not just bacteria and
yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I'm still alive. It's been some
You've done
years.
this before?
I mean, I thought I'd never admit to that on camera.
Well, I've done it too, man. We're in the 1%er club of mushroom suckers.
Yeah. The issue is just if everybody gets into it, it gets a little.
You gotta find a way to mark the mushrooms that have been sucked
You
on.
gotta believe in their antibiotic powers at that point, right?
You know, you got a 30% chance it's gonna work if you believe it.
What's that? Is that a bud past prime?
Our old bolete. Oh man, yeah, hypomyces on it.
Yeah, well, that's we're a couple weeks too late for that guy.
Yeah, that's an old one, but that shows that they're up.
The bolete eater beat us to that one.
Woo-wee, I shouldn't have touched it. That thing stinks.
It's
Cornarius. Look at that.
Yeah.
Better representation.
And you see
of
how the
young.
universal veil rips off here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how it's on the cap. Nice,
Oh, that's
perfect little
beautiful.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can eat these if we find enough.
Well, yeah, we have enough to enjoy a taste for sure.
Looks like Daniel came across something maybe interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it beautiful? Velvety, reddish, and even in its name. So it got a very trivial name. We call it Smith bolete for Alexander Smith. And it used to be boletes, and officially it's still boletes, but it cannot be boletes because it's staining blue. Let's see if we get some bluing here. So the stem base is yellow, and then it goes up to red higher up the stem.
Oh, yeah.
You see the bluing here?
Yep.
And if you have bluing, it cannot be a true boletes. So this will not be boletes soon anymore. It will be pulchro boletes, and pulchro is from Latin pulchra, which means beautiful.
Oh, okay.
And wasn't invented for this mushroom, but in Europe there is already pulchro boletes, and DNA puts it in the same genus. So there's the bluing. Here's an older version where there's also some mold, but you see also yellow and then the red and then the red in the cap. So squirrels love it very clearly here. Let's get us some tissue. And then we can see, well, there's worms, and see if there's some more color change. And this thing is, of course, luckily, I should have pretended I don't know what it is. Let me look it up in these awesome myco cards. Porous flesh stain, inconsistently blue. Taste mild, good, edible. I've eaten it several times. It's all right. You know, has been eaten. People eat it, but you don't find it in a store. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know if there's a 3% group of people who gets a problem with it. So
those cards are cool. You and Gary Gilbert made those.
yeah, we made them, and 55 cards, and well, one card is the cover card, and all the most common boletes on the West Coast. Most of them are my pictures, but when mine wasn't good enough, or I didn't have a picture, we asked other people to contribute, and that's all noted. Nice little guy, and we probably will end up frying it up. This old one we found before we're gonna leave in the forest. Might still produce a few spores, or some critter enjoys it.
Look at these beautiful huckleberries. Yeah, they are sour. They're not quite ripe. Yeah, these are delicious. So when you're picking porcini, this is kind of one of those species that can be growing alongside it that you can forage as well.
This is a blueberry and this is a Clintonia. Which is which? Remember, never pick a berry you haven't positively identified. Picking berries, you're gambling with your life.
Yeah.
You know, unless your blackberry has been identified by a botanist, do not eat a blackberry. I'm being a little facetious here, but you just exchange blackberry with mushroom.
Yeah, right.
And it shows the bias, you know. Yeah.
One of the local grisettes. This is an Amanita that is one of our edible ones, yeah?
Yeah, edible, but definitely with care. We're going deep because we want to have the stem base that might tell us more about this mushroom. The vulva on the stem base. Here the tissue on the base, the sac-like tissue, it's called a vulva. It doesn't have a ring. Many Amanitas have a ring, but what it has instead is this snake skin-like tissue on the stem, which is basically the tissue that is in other Amanitas, the ring. Striations on the cap, on the outside, and the stem is always hollow in these things. So I just push it down and I can feel how hollow it is. These Amanita vaginata group mushrooms are edible, but we know plenty of other Amanitas that are toxic. So the safe way is not to deal with Amanita. Yes, I have eaten them all, tried them, and they easily break. They don't, you know,
Nothing
we have
special.
lots of better mushrooms, luckily. So the temptation with our Amanitas is low. We don't need to eat everything that could be eaten.
Why are they called a grisette? What a gross sounding name.
Well, no, grisette is French for little gray one. At least we have a name. Hallelujah, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a common name for mushroom. And since it's a species complex, we can cover a whole bunch of mushrooms with grisette and, you know, move on.
Oh man, we found the swamp. Okay, don't step there.
There's a research paper out there how these tree trunks are the highways of the forests,
Oh yeah.
used by creatures of all kinds.
Well, I think that should answer your question. And they do love the huckleberry. Here's something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the young boletes
Sapinella.
smithii.
No, Smithii. Nice. Now will tell me.
Oh,
No,
you see.
smell is not sufficient. I need to taste a tiny bit. But I have.
I know what
Oh,
you're
there's a
thinking.
liquid. Agarikon.
Is it?
It is
No
Agarikon.
way.
I had the feeling I'm gonna find it today.
Wow.
It is not that rare, but
Yeah.
so here, go for the taste. It's much more lemony.
Oh, very lemony. Yeah.
Yeah, really
Wow.
sour.
That's crazy lemony. I did not know.
I have a bite.
What do they call it? The quinine conch or
Yeah.
something? Oh man, that is so lemony.
Yeah, and then bitter,
Mhm.
detrimentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah, there's the bitter. Highly medicinal, supposedly.
So we could assume maybe this is a Douglas fir. I don't know if they're on hemlocks as well. In Europe, they grow on large trees. Hence, it's called Lariciformis officially. That's the scientific name,
For a larch,
which
yeah.
doesn't make as much sense out here when it's on Douglas fir. And we document it.
It's like chewing gum a little bit, huh?
It's very tough, yeah.
Yeah.
It will break a lot of grinders, and then it's totally dusted. So it has a really fibrous content, and then it's just like all over in the air.
I'm seeing this big half of the top just ready to splinter off, and my friend's son was actually, you're making me nervous just standing there, man. Come on. I know what this is.
Yeah,
They're
so
fun.
they're fun. Well, it's a little bitter, you know, when you want to hunt king boletes and you find these nice boletes, and they're so nice and velvety, but they have the dull color.
Yeah.
And the dull color and the velvetness tells you it's a bitter bolete. So Carlopus, not Carlopus, Carloboletus. And which Carloboletus? So we gotta go below. We can see lots of mountain hemlock.
Oh yeah.
And now we go below.
Conifericola?
Officially, yes, that should be the name.
Frustosis, they call
Well,
it.
yeah, there's 3 names in the running.
Oh yeah.
And you see the bluing. Yeah, the bluing very fast. And Let's go for the bitterness, right? Because that's the easiest. The bluing, yes, we do have edible bluing boletes, but the bitterness at the tip of the tongue is right there.
Yeah, I just did this a couple weeks ago. I don't want to have to do it again.
Yeah. So who's right?
Mushroom Wonderland.
Oh, I see.
Look at it's Mushroom Wonderland that way. It's Mushroom Wonderland that way.
So, you know, this is very disappointing when you want to hunt king boletes and you find these. And they get so much bigger too. They're
Yeah,
really...
they get huge. I actually won the biggest mushroom contest at the Gorge Fungi Foray a few years ago with a Calo boletes that was as big as my basket easily. It was huge. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice patch of red Russula growing with the skunk cabbage here. Right down here, I find, you know, Daniel says we're in an area where there's often Amanita muscaria, and I find this. The peppery bolete, Chalciporus papyratus, parasitizes the Amanita mycelium. So wherever you find this, under here the mycelium exists, even though we don't see the fruiting bodies of the Amanita, right?
Look at that massive spore print right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Drop some serious spores. So yeah, this one, you want to nibble and spit that thing?
Yes, it's peppery. So apparently when you eat the whole thing, it could get your stomach in trouble.
Huh.
But a little bit of it, really spicy. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
You can spice your food. I heard Germans did it after the war when there was no pepper. You know, when your coffee is acorns and your pepper is pepper bolete.
Yeah.
It's dire times.
So here's an Amanita muscaria, a little bit more of the red variety, the one that more people are probably familiar with. And it has all these little warts on it that are actually remnants of basically an eggshell. It was kind of growing in an egg, and these are like little pieces of eggshell. So I remember being a kid and people are like, as long as you wash the white spots off, that's where the poison is, but it's all the same material. Wow, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Check this thing out. The biggest mushroom of the day, for sure.
Wow. Turbinellus kaufmannii.
Wow,
I never saw it in that size.
The woolly or scaly chanterelle, one of them.
The scaly vase. So this is the pale, kaufmannii is the pale one. The orange one is
Floccosus.
So it is related to Ramaria. They're in the same family. Well,
let's look at the bottom of this thing.
These are so big.
I almost don't want to pick it.
I know, I don't want to pick it here.
Take
Look
that
at
one,
this,
yeah.
This crazy one.
Wow.
So that's mountain forests. You don't find them in the lowland, I think. Maybe oak growth, I have no idea. But, you know, they are pretty massive and...
look at that gill structure there.
Wow, they go down. And I don't want to...
Rooted in. Whoa. Wow. That is what we call a chonk.
Yeah, there's a little purple on there. Wow, look at that guy.
That is a big...
Now, if that was an edible, we'd be so happy about this perfect young guy. But it
and
looks
that's the baby compared to these ones.
It looks a little sinister, you know, when you look at
the
pale color and... I mean...
Yeah, it looks scary, almost.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Wow, yeah, that is a big guy here.
Very cool. Oh man, we found some edulous.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Perfect. And how pale it is, the Pacific Northwest.
The king bolete, finally.
You found one too, right? Yeah.
And look at that reticulate stipe.
So pale.
Yeah.
So pale.
These mountain versions seem to be a little more pale than the coastal ones are more reddish.
So tasty.
Oh, there's another one right there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, they're coming to get us.
Uh-oh, the bolete boys.
The bolete boys are out to get us. Oh, here we go.
Just taste it raw. It's so good. And
oh, it's very sweet and nutty.
oh, it's just like,
wow.
gotta stop me.
So this is one of the mushrooms you can eat raw. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It is very sweet and nutty. There's never been a better description. And everybody describes mushrooms as nutty flavored, but that is no joke.
And that's why these knives are curved, because when they're curved, you can minimize the loss of flesh. Doesn't make sense when you have a little like winter chanterelle, but for more fleshy mushrooms, the curvature helps you. One of the main things with your mushroom knife is don't lose it and don't hand it over to the airport.
I've lost a lot of mushroom knives.
Yeah.
Just, oops,
Happens.
forgot it.
How nice, these little 3 youngsters, a little contorted in the growth. Had to make it out from some tough spots, but firm, no worms, just perfect. The pore tissue when young and firm is really choice edible. When young, white, and with maturity it goes to olive. You see the reticulation on the stem here, very nicely pronounced. This network of veins, very important for identification. The fat stem. So this same thing could be 5 times as big and have the same shape, or even 10 times as big. But this blown up, the blown up stem here, typical for the king bolete. Here a little plug for the Eugene's Cascade Mycological Societies. A smooth cap, when young, you know, you could see maybe very, very finely velvety. And these guys can get big. They can be 10, 12 inches across.
Oh, yeah.
But usually we like them better as food before they blow up in size.
I would argue this is my favorite mushroom to eat.
No, it's my favorite mushroom.
Is that right? Okay.
Can't be yours, you know. No, it's definitely one of the best. So you gotta know your trees to have success. Boletes edulis has a wide variety of trees, but the most easy to find them in the Pacific Northwest is when you go with true fir, abies, and spruce. Pinus can be another case, especially with grand edulis. I mean, these things are at least
Probably 3 days old, you think?
3 days, 5 days, maybe that guy's already 7 days. It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
And yes, we see them overnight, right? Because we didn't look the night before and suddenly they're there. It's usually, 2 weeks till they get too old. I mean, after 3 weeks, they're mush, disgusting.
Yeah.
But I would guess the first week, really nice, gross, firm tissue. And then the second week, if things go fine, they're still all right. But after 2 weeks, often that's the end of their fruiting cycle. And of course, if it's cold, if it's cool, they last much longer in the fridge. You can keep your kings for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they last.
You got to monitor for worms because often you can't even see the larvae in there because it's just the eggs. And then you check 3 days later and it's like, oh shit,
should have ate
competition, yes.
Yeah,
so Porcini is an Italian name and one of them is a porcino, and that's a reference to pork, to the pig.
Singular.
Porcino.
This is a porcino.
Porcino.
Porcini.
Porcini. The German name is Steinpilz, which is stone mushroom, and that's a reference to the firmness. It looks a little bit like a stone.
Or it kind of looks like a dinner roll. I think they call that the
penny bun in England.
Penny bun.
Yeah, the penny bun.
In France, I think
it's a cep. I don't know what cep means. In Japanese, it's Yamadoritake, which is Yama is the mountain, like in Fujiyama, and Doritake, take is the mushroom when it's connected with another word, like in Matsutake. In Bhutan, in Tsongkha, which is a Tibetan language, they call it Pakmushamo, which is a pig reference. People traditionally didn't eat them. That's part of my work there, introducing people to that awesome taste.
Wow.
They're out in the woods picking Matsutake for commercial reasons and whatever. They love wide range of mushrooms, but the king boletes, they did not understand they were edible.
Wow.
So, and it's very easy to convince people. You just fry it up in butter, lots of butter in Bhutan, and really, we didn't eat them. How crazy. Let's cook them up.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. But,
So here we are done foraging, but we have come back to the proverbial table, which is a big rock in the woods, which is awesome. And we're gonna do a little cooking. And
right, with the little we found about, I would guess maybe 3 dozen king bolete, right?
Yeah.
And 3 of them not pre-digested by the bolete eater.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna cook up now, and we're gonna compare that. What used to be Boletes smithii, and now gonna be Boletes Pulchroboletes smithii.
I'm happy to give it the official taste test.
Okay, we'll compare it. Cleaning it up, trying to have as little loss of tasty biomass as possible. That curved knife is really good for that. We want to check for maggots because there's fine holes in there. So if we cut that maybe in half, we get an idea how it's looking on the inside. And
The big reveal. Not
see,
bad.
not bad. And these maggots in the pores are really tiny, very small, harmless things. So nothing we worry about too much. Wherever there's brown,
We don't.
you don't either. I don't.
I guess we don't. We
No,
don't. This is a
I
team.
mean, we want to have some, you know, hey, we take some little extra animal protein here.
Yeah, they say mushrooms are high in protein. Is it
Yeah,
just from
right.
the worms? And
They do their part.
I'm a little bit picky about them, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is perfectly
whatever.
fine.
I'm not.
You know, I mean, it's
I'm not
like,
a wussy.
hey,
Yeah.
come on, eat your insects. What's wrong with you?
Well, some people are like that. They're like, "Don't be a wussy, just eat the dang worms."
Right,
and I'm
right.
like, I don't.
Come on.
Want to eat maggots.
Just have a hit of heroin, you know, don't
yeah,
be a wussy.
yeah.
And of course, there's many ways how to slice a mushroom. Brown they go, huh? So
wow.
we're pushing the limit here.
A lot of porcini
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it's letting out a little bit of water, but I don't think porcini are one of the ones that you really need to worry about, like the dry saute. A lot of people do that with chanterelles and soggier mushrooms, but I just put them right into the oil.
Lovely browning, you know, that's just...
I'm getting close, huh?
Yeah, definitely. That's it, I'd say. So make
Yeah.
a spot here for the... And maybe turn that here.
Portinarius going into the same pan. Maybe we'll try the Cortinarius first and
Okay.
see.
Let's see how we do there. That is the ringed webcap, Cortinarius caparatus.
Ooh. Crunchy.
It's good
a little
structure.
crunchy. Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
bitterness,
Yes.
which
It
is
is
not
a-
normal.
It is a little bitter at the
Like
end.
potato. It's a little potato, right? The firmness, the...
Yeah. There's something that happens at about 8 seconds in that I found just mildly offensive,
Yeah.
and I wasn't a big fan of. Disappointingly, because I have found a beautiful flush of these before, and I forgot them in the fridge for too long, but I've always been excited to try them.
I've eaten them before and they were not like that. Maybe it's the part of the arrested growth in the forest. I mean, it's fungal protein, but
Yeah, there's that thing. It's
I'm hungry, I eat it, but
It's a bitter
I'm
thing.
looking forward. Yeah, it's not exciting.
on a scale out of 10, I'm going to put the Cortinarius, the wrinkled quart, at a 4.
Yeah, 3-4, I would say. This one. But I've eaten them many times before and I didn't get that bitterness.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey, it's edible and it could be worse. We can say that. So
Yeah.
let's try the Smith's beautiful bolete, Pulchra boletus smithii, the one with the pink cap.
Oh, I immediately know that this is not a king. Not a fan myself.
Uh-huh.
It is a little bitter, I think, at the end. I don't know if that's the right description, but not a fan. I'm going to rate that below the Cortinarius.
Really? No. I mean, I prefer that much over the Cortinarius. I like the consistency, you know, the crispy outerness and then the soft core.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a tiny bitter finish.
That big bite, that big mouthful, I did not like that.
Okay.
Personally. I mean, we're all have our own individual taste, but I did not care for that one. Let's find out what the king bolete tastes like. Do a good
Cheers.
day out mushroom
Yeah.
hunting. Oh,
Yeah.
9 out of 10. Yep, I think the bolete takes the trophy for my favorite mushroom to eat, personally. Oh,
I mean, the sweetness.
morels are pretty good. That texture, it's crispy and then soft and just creamy, and there's nothing to complain about there.
No,
So
no.
that's why they call it the king. It's the
Yeah.
king. Very good. I had a blast, man. Until the next time. And we're going to be at a bunch of the fungi festivals this fall, right? I'm
Yeah.
going to be, I know, where are you going to be?
Quinault Mushroom Festival.
Quinault. I'll be there too.
Then the Seattle show, the Bellingham show, the Bremerton show. Oh, and then I'm gonna do the Yahats festival down in Oregon, mid-October.
Cool.
So,
All kinds of stuff. And I'll be at the Quinault Festival as well, the Gifford Pinchot Festival, the Olympic Fungi Festival, the Wild Rivers Mushroom Festival, the Bremerton show, and a lot of videos coming because mushroom season's here.
It's all on my mushrooming.com webpage. There's all my official gigs always listed. Check it out. And that's also where you can get my books, or my book and the bolete cards and all that nice paraphernalia that will help you to find your edible mushrooms.
And the edible mushroom pamphlet, this thing, I had some of those on my private forays and they sold out really fast. I need to get more of those. Those are really cool. All right, everyone. So thanks for joining this episode of Mushroom Wonderland. We'll see you on the next one. Much love.
Bye-bye. Oh, much love. Yeah.